Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Pro Hybrid here, and I'm the coach of the Toronto Talon Flames for the Showdown Battle League. And today I'm going to be going over my draft from Season 2, just going over the picks I made and why I made them. We already did a draft analysis video, me and some of the coaches going over every single team, but this video will be just focusing on my team and my thoughts on it, and yeah, why I drafted why I did. So, I'm going to start off with the first round here. Originally going into the draft, I was kind of interested in Mew, but a few days beforehand, I opted for something different. I wanted something that was really powerful, something that wasn't available to us last season, and something that I think is going to work really well in the draft format. So I grabbed Troopa Unbound. This thing is just raw power. It can beat basically every single defensive mon 1v1, and it's got an amazing move pool, because in OU sometimes you might need a Drain Punch or Tyranitar or Fire Punch for Pharaoh Thorn, but with this in this league format, I can sort of look at what my opponent has and just pick what moves I need to have, so I don't feel like I'm missing a move. It's got just amazing offensive potential, pretty good special bulk, and does have that bug weakness. I'm not really worried about the bug weakness. It's more the U-turn that's a problem, and its physical bulk isn't that great. But Hoopa is just its power. You know, it's something my opponent really has to prep for, because it can destroy the defensive cores that are being drafted. It's really good against balanced teams, and most people are drafting balanced teams. So I'm really looking forward to use Hoopa Unbound. My second pick, I want to get an OU pick first round, but there's a bunch of really good mons in the UU tier that aren't just good, they're amazing. So I wanted something that I wanted to grab a UU pick right away. So I opted for, I think, what was my overall number one UU pick in Infernape. Infernape is the definition of a mon that's better in the league format than it is in standard play. This thing is so versatile. It can do so many things. It's got an amazing move pool, things like Flare Blitz, Close Combat, Gunk Shot, Stone Edge, Thunder Punch, Earthquake, Vacuum Wave. It's got Swords Dance, Nasty Plot, U-Turn, Fake Out, Stealth Rocks, Will-O-Wisp. It's got so many different options. You can really do whatever you want with Infernape. It's very versatile, good offensive stats, good speed stat. Base 100 is a better, more reasonable speed tier for league formats, and this thing's around 107 speed tier. It's really fast, and it's got priority, and it's a good fit for the team, because I can bring this thing every single week. My opponents really still aren't going to know what I'm going to do with it, as long as I'm versatile, and as long as I keep mixing up its move pool. And I think it's just a great mod. I think a lot of people were interested in it, so I was glad I was able to get it early. For the third pick, I wanted to go for my Mega. I wanted a bulkier Mega this season, something that can really take hits well, because I wanted to build sort of a bulky offense team. And I wanted to pick my Mega early because I was worried it was going to get sniped. I feel like a lot of people really wanted this Mega, and it was Mega Venusaur. This thing is just ridiculously bulky. It's only got two weaknesses when you factor in Thick Fat and Psychic and Flying, and I covered that in my team. I already have a Dark type, so I already have a Psychic immunity, and I'm able, with my other picks, to cover Mega Venusaur's only weaknesses. It's just super bulky. It can shut down a lot of threats. It's also got a lot of power to it, and that's kind of what I was going for with this draft, bulk, but also a lot of power. And Mega Venusaur, just a fantastic mon. It's going to be really tough to prep for. So with something like Koopa, you have to prep for it because it's a physical, powerful threat. With Mega Venusaur, you have to prep for it because it's a defensive threat. And I wanted offensive and defensive options. Last season, I really didn't have too many defensive mons, so I really wanted to fix it for this season. For my fourth pick, I wanted to go back down into the UU tier, because again, there's still some really good UUs that I think are really undervalued. And this UU mon was something that wasn't even, it was OU last season, because it was moved to UU by Smogon about a week before the draft, and this thing is Zapdos. And Zapdos as an OU is good, but as a UU, it's just fantastic. It's such a good value pick. It's really bulky, but it's also got base 120 special attack. It can go offensive easily, and it can be a big offensive threat. Right off the bat, it gives me a Defogger, so I already have a Stealth Rock Pokemon and a Defog Pokemon, so I don't have to worry about trying to patch that hole late in the draft. Zapdos is just really good Pokemon. It gives me a flying resistance for a Mega Venusaur. It gives me something that can Volt Switch, so with Infernape I have a bit of a Volt Turn core going on, and it's a really good mon. It's not got the best move pool, but what it has, it's all it needs. It's got Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Heat Wave, Defog, Roost. I want my walls to have reliable recovery. It can go bulky and go offensive. It's got pretty good speed tier, base 100. I think it's just a great mon. So for my fifth pick, I wanted to grab another UU mon, and I wanted to grab a Dragon. At this point, Salamence and Haxorus were gone, and I was looking at Goodra and Hydreigon, and both were cool mons. I really wanted one of them, but I opted for Goodra. Gudra, I really wanted its bulk. Its special defense is ridiculously good. It's a great user of Assault Vest. And really the only thing better than this thing's special bulk is its move pool. It's got like Earthquake, Sludge Bomb, Draco Meteor, Outrage, Thunderbolt, Fire Blast, Iron Tail, Power Whip. It can go physical or special. It's just so bulky, so powerful. It's the kind of mon you can sort of fit it onto almost any team. It's like the glue mon that works with all kinds of different types of teams. It's also got great abilities. Sap Sipper is really good because I do have a couple grass weaknesses. It's got Gooey for speed control and hydration in case I want to like maybe bring a Rain Dance Goodra, maybe like Acid Arm or something like that. It's got tons of different options, and I think it's a really good mon to UU tier, and I'm really looking forward to using it. It's a great mon and really good in the draft format. So in the next round, I wanted to grab my final OU pick, and I was looking between Caesar and Weavile, and I think I want something with powerful priority, but I also wanted a bit more speed, which is why I went with Weavile. Weavile is just a terrific mon. It's one of my favorite mons to use in OU because it's so fast, and yet it's so powerful. I can just spam Knockoff or Icicle Crash for days, and it's got very few switch-ins, because whatever switches into it doesn't really want to lose its item. It's also got all the coverage moves it needs with Poison Jab and Brick Break and Low Kick and Aerial Ace and Return, so it doesn't really mind that its move pool isn't the greatest because it has everything it needs. It's also got Swords Dance, so like my Wall Core and Hoop Unbound can sort of break down a team so that a Swords Dance Weavile can come in late game and just sweep an entire team. Like, this thing's an offensive monster. I love using it. It gives me another Pokemon that can switch into Psychic attacks, and then maybe like Pursuit Trap Psychic type, which can be really helpful for Mega Venusaur. So I want to build around Mega Venusaur, make sure I have a team that complements it, and Weavile is just a really good mon. Like, it's really tough to prep for. I do have a bit of a fairy weakness, and in my draft, it's sort of the biggest weakness I have, but I think I can cover that up with some other mons. So I had to pick an RU mon now, and I wanted a bulky water. Most of them were taken at this point, but I went with one of my personal favorites, which is Gastrodon. This thing has got reliable recovery. It doesn't have Stealth Rocks, but it's very bulky. It's got Scald, Earth Power, Earthquake, Clear Smog, so it's not Setup Fodder, Counter and Mirror Coat. It's got a pretty cool move pool, some good abilities, Storm Drain, so it gives me a water immunity, Sticky Holes, so I can have something that can take knockoffs. Gastrodon is just really bulky and tough to take down, and its only weakness is grass, and like looking at my team, I already have 3 grass resists, actually 4, and Goodra can run Sap Sipper, so I'm not really worried about grass moves. I have tons of switch-ins for that, and Gastrodon, I've used it before. I've used it with Mega Venusaur before, and it's a great defensive core that's tough to break. I'm just really looking forward to using this mon. I think it's going to be really good. So my next RU pick was not something I wanted when I originally started drafting, but as I looked at my team, I felt it really meshed well with my team, and that's Bronzong. I wanted a Steel type just because Steel is great with tons of resistances it offers. It pairs really well with Mega Venusaur because now I have something I switch into Psychic attacks, double resist Psychics. Now I have 2 Darks and a double resistance to Psychic. Also Grass resistance, Flying, Normal, Dragon, Fairy resistance is all really helpful. Levitate, it's a pretty cool ability. It's also got Heat Proof if I want to run that. It gives me another Stealth Rock Pokemon so I don't have to rely on Infernape. It's got a really cool move pool of things like Trick Room, Explosion, Gyro Ball, Earthquake. This thing goes physical or special, bulky. It doesn't have reliable recovery, which kind of sucks, but it's just a really good mon. It's really tough to take down, especially when you can, I'm pairing it with Gastrodon and Mega Venusaur and all my other bulky mons. I kind of wanted to build I already had my Fire, Water, Grass. I kind of wanted to build a Dragon Fairy Steel core too, and this is the Steel type I wanted. It was the Steel type I got, so I was really happy to get Bronzong. Alright, so for my 8th pick, I had to go for an NU. All my final 3 picks had to be NU mons. I didn't have any so far, and I wanted another offensive mon, but I also wanted a Pokemon that could use Rapid Spin. Most of the Pokemon that use Rapid Spin in NU are actually not that great. Sandslash, I don't think it's that great. I'm not a big fan of Cryogonal because it's got the ice, the rocks weakness because it's an ice type. So I ended up going for one of the best Rapid Spinners I thought available, and that was Kabutops. This thing, it has Rapid Spin, but it's also just so powerful. It's got Priority Stab, Aqua Jet. It can set up its own rain, late game, and just sweep. It's got Swords Dance, Knockoff, Stone Edge, Waterfall. It gives me another Stealth Rock Pokemon in case I do need it, and Rapid Spin is just sort of extra utility. Kabutops is just a really powerful mon that can hit really hard, and I wanted another, offensive mon I can use. I'm really not worried about the grass weakness because I ended up drafting 2 Sap Sipper mons and I think 5 total resistances, so I'm really not worried about this grass weakness. If people try to bring HP grass, I can go into a Sap Sipper Goodra, use Outrage, and get a kill, so I'm not really worried about that. So now for my 10th pick, This is one of the NU mons I knew I wanted going into the draft, and it's Miltank. This thing is a really good mon. It's really bulky. It has good moves like Stealth Rock, Thunder Wave, Heal Belt. I did want something with Heal Belt because I wanted, in case, opponent tries to spread like Thunder Wave on my team, like I'm looking at that team with Klefki, to try to spread Toxic and maybe Burns. I'll have something that can get rid of that. Another Stealth Rock Pokemon is always great. I only have Stealth Rock Pokemon. I kind of wanted Spikes, but it's not that big of a deal. It's got three good abilities with Thick Fat, Sap Sipper, and Scrappy. It's also got base 100 speed, which is pretty funny because it's more of a bulky mon, and a really good offensive move pool. Miltank, I think, is another good mon that's better in the draft format than it is in general play, and I think it's going to be really good. It's got a lot of value to it. And for my final NU pick, I wanted a Ghost type, and I want something that was really bulky, so I ended up going for Dusclops. Within a Violet, this thing has base 195 defenses. It has a low HP stat, but I can use Pain Split and take advantage of that with Pain Split. I also got things like Will-O-Wisp, Curse, like Rest Sleep Talk with Calm Mind, and like a filler move, or I could use like Nightshade, Seismic Toss to make up for its low offensive stats. Dusclops is just really, really bulky, and I have plenty of things I can switch into knockoff, so I'm not really worried about that. It gives me fighting them normal immunity, because I want as many immunities as I can. And Dusclops is a great Pokemon that can sort of fit onto most teams because it's just so bulky and can take hits from almost anything. And it can go physical or special. It could be like a Calm Mind, as I said, like Wind Condition, and it can do a lot of different things. And it's going to be really tough to prepare for because it suits my defensive core well. If you go for a knockoff, I can just go into Mega Venusaur and take that. I'm not really worried about that. So that's my whole draft. I'm really happy with it. It's really bulky, but I have a lot of power to it too. I've got plenty of Stealth Rock setters, some hazard removers, I've got priority, I've got bulk, speed, power. Like, I've got everything I want in this draft, and I think it's way better than my draft from Season 1. So I'm really looking forward to this season. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. My first game's in a few days, and this is my draft analysis video. So if you watched the whole thing, thanks for watching, and see you guys later.